Good morning and hello world. My name is Miyah and I would like to welcome you to the latest episode of my blog series. As you can see, I'm sitting next to a very handsome panther. This panther right next to me is Pounce. Now Pounce is the school mascot for Georgia State University. As you guys know, I've been true blue to my school and I had been a panther since August of 2010. And I've also mentioned that I work at Georgia State University and I'm getting a little more involved with the psychology stuff. So anyway, I would like to also give a big shout out to all of my fans that are on the autism spectrum that have human detour systems like myself. And what I'd like to do, you guys, is talk about an experience I had a couple of weeks ago, and I also would like to give you guys some tips. So a couple weeks ago, I had boarded the MARTA bus down by where I live, and I was on my way into work, and I ended up bumping into a bus driver, and she was a bit of a real ditz. And it was while I was riding the bus, or getting on, that I tapped my card. And of course, I qualified for MARTA Mobility because I qualified for another paratransit mobility company through another county right here in Georgia. And so when I tapped my card, she wanted to take a look at it, and she goes, "Oh, you qualified for MARTA Mobility?" And I said, "Yeah." And her comment to me was, "Well, you look like you're fine to me. You don't look like you have a disability." And I, of course, advocated for myself, and I said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, but what you are doing is a violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act." And I walked away, and she got really smart with me, and she said, "Oh, I was just making a compliment." And I know that wasn't a compliment, that was a passive-aggressive excuse. And I mean, I'm sorry, but I get comments like that all the time, and it drives me absolutely nuts. Other people try to put me into a little box. They often try to determine what services I qualify for. They never really look at me as a person, they're always trying to put me into a box. So I'm gonna call this blog Box Me and Label Me. So anyway, I have some tips out there for all of you on the autism spectrum. If anybody ever questions you about your autism and they start questioning you about what services that you have, and you know, you have the right to get up and walk out. You have a right to stand up for yourself. You have the right to say, "Excuse me, but I do believe that's none of your business." And even further, what you are doing is an act of discrimination, and you are violating the code rights of the Americans with Disabilities Act. And if they continue to pursue it with you and they don't listen, you can always contact their supervisors, or you can contact customer service, like I did with MARTA right here in Atlanta. I decided to contact customer service because I knew that what she was doing was inappropriate, and I knew that what she was doing was also highly unethical, and I cannot accept that. I have my rights to ride the bus just like everybody else, and you have your rights to go out in the community and work. You have your rights to live independently. You have your rights not to have a social worker. You have your rights to look like you're not disabled. So anyway, if you have any questions or comments, I would be more than happy to hear from you. Until next time, I'm Miyah.